Elise and I believe that our Heavenly Father is the matchmaker who brought Alice and Peter together in order that they may grow in their love for each other and lead lives that are pleasing to Him. We believe you will find satisfaction and purpose in your life together as you seek to honour and serve both the Lord and one another. Every day from now on will be an opportunity to put into practice the promises you have made to each other. So it has been just over a year since Peter left the family home. We've missed his cheery smiles and scintillating conversation. But we won't miss the daily complaints about soaring house prices. Come to think of it, there have been no grizzles at all for about the last 15 months. Over this time, Peter has set about creating a home which will be a blessing to Alice and Peter for many years to come. The moral of the story, Peter, is that where there's a will, there's a relative.
Love it.
In closing, our prayer is that you would go from here to create a loving and supportive new family. You have been blessed in many ways in order to be a blessing to others. Alice and Peter, you make a great team together.
Yes. Hello, I'm Elise, the very proud mother of the groom. So I have to read this from my notes. Thanks everyone present here and also those who are online helping me celebrate Peter and Alice's big day. When I think back about Peter's life, I think of a strong person. Right from birth, you were a pretty tough guy. When it looked like you might not make it through day one, you fought a good fight and decided to stay. Being the number 2 son, with a few younger brothers appearing soonish after, you fitted in cheerfully and with a lot of strange noises. You would rock and sing yourself to sleep in your cot for hours while we held each other back from going into your room again, trying to make you stop. When you were 6, we went and lived in the Netherlands for a while. You attended a school in Haarlem, especially equipped for hearing impaired. The condition for acceptance was that you needed to learn Dutch, and so you did. Thankfully. Because of the distance to the school, a taxi service was provided. The taxi company also did weddings, and so daily these enormous Cadillacs, Chevrolets, Lincolns would rock up to our driveway, taking you to school. I wanted to go to that school. Later, back in New Zealand, you attended Maranatha School, where you made some lifelong friends. You kept in touch with people. Then to Tauranga, where a few health issues crept in, but you never let things hold you back for long. Otamoto College turned you into a southern rapping legend at the annual concert. I couldn't attend it, but I heard that story so often, it feels like I was there. Oh, Peter, it's your birthday. Still today, some of the college mates call out, "Hey, Pete!" In a lot of ways, you faced more obstacles than others. But you've kept on going, and it's made you a strong person. You helped me be a stronger person. Jobs as a paperboy, night porter, New World, and the port. You were always on time, rarely sick, and very loyal. These are great qualities that will help you build a strong marriage with Alice. A few years ago, you ended up living back with Ma and Pa, Manny and I, just the 3 of us, complaining about politics and the private houses. And just when you thought life was complete, along came Alice. Alice, thank you for coming into Peter's life. 3 years ago, Peter said, "I'm off to Wellington for the weekend." "On the bus?" "No, with a friend." "Which friend?" "Oh, just a friend." Then after the weekend, I hear him on the phone. "Thanks for a great weekend, I had a good time." Mother's curiosity killing her. "So who did you go to Wellington with?" Oh, I've been dating this girl. Her name is Alice, but don't tell Dad. A girl. That was the beginning of a beautiful chapter in your life. Alice, our little Miss Sunshine.
Yes.
Your happy personality, creative and musical talents, as well as amazing study habits are amazing. Your mischievous little smile melts my heart. You're a kind-hearted spirit, full of compassion and grit. You put a spring in Peter's step. I think you really complement each other. And you drive a car. Thank you, Simon and Rosie, for raising such a wonderful daughter, who is now also part of the noisy Hofstede household. You have a place on the photo board. With our loving Heavenly Father by your side, I wish you both a beautiful journey together in marriage and lots of fun and laughs. Thank you.
Thank you, Paul and Lisa, for those lovely words. I'm handing over now to the best man.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Eden, or Steve. What's my...
Grubber?
We'll get there.
Close!
Or Grubbo. Now, I am the fourth best man for this evening, so you should have just come to me to begin with, and we would have been fine.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Stephen Graham, known Pete since way back in intermediate days and going to youth group together. And as you can tell, I'm a part of the B team. I'm the seventh best man. Just before we start, I'd like to say a big thank you to everyone here, because what makes a wedding is the people and the love in the room. And I know that talking to Pete and Alice today, that they've really felt that love. So a massive thank you for being here, and for all those people out there on the devices. Thank you very much for tuning in. They know you're there and they feel your love as well. So thank you.
Well, I just want to say that us fellas are looking pretty good this evening. I can say that if it was up to Pete, we would be wearing flip-flops and a Warriors jersey. So we are looking good, and obviously Alice had everything to do with it. So thanks, Alice, for being here for me.
Firstly, I'd like to say a big thank you to the bridesmaids. So Rachel, Anna, Pamela, you've done a fantastic job in being there for Alice and making sure that we're on time and know what's going on. So can we just have a quick big round of applause for them? All three of you look extremely beautiful as well. And of course, Alice, absolutely stunning bride. You've done an amazing job, not only before the wedding, but during the wedding with Pete. Can we have a massive round of applause?
Grubbo checking back in, 10th best man. How are we, everyone? Okay, so growing up with Pete, we went out flatting early years. So we were quite young, and Pete had a lot to learn going flatting. Now, it was the days of Daniel Vittori, Monty Panesar, and all of our sporting kids. So I would get home, and I'd call him, and I'd say, get the onions chopped, get the potatoes on, and I'd get home and cook the rest of the meat. So we had a lot of learning to do, because when I first went flatting with Pete, let's just say toast was a struggle. Now, I am what I would refer to as a little devil on Pete's shoulders. So there's a lot of things that probably come from me that I've influenced Pete to do the wrong thing. I got him into betting, which isn't very good. And I remember me and Massa, we were watching the Warriors versus Canberra Raiders. And we said to Pete, all right, you need to put a bet on. And so we started chanting, $100, $100. And lo and behold, Pete puts this $100 on. And if you support the Warriors, we all know what happened, right? The Warriors lose by 40. So I have to formally apologise to Pete as well, although his mother and father thinks that he was quite a hard-working guy. I think we had the record of 3 years in a row that I made him call in sick for work to New Year's. And it was multiple weekends that we would have a few beers, and then I would say, "Come on, Pete, call in sick."
Go on, do it.
So, officially apologise for that,
In terms of your friendship, Pete, it's always been greatly valued. Not only that, if I haven't seen you in a couple of days, I'm almost guaranteed to have a phone call from you. And if I don't answer, I know there's always going to be a voicemail that begins with, "Oh, what's up, Bob?" And that's always going to bring a smile to the face. You remember the dates like a calendar. Like, I thank you for yesterday, because you wished myself and my wife a happy anniversary, 5th wedding anniversary. And we looked at each other and we said, "Oh yeah, it is actually our wedding anniversary." So thankfully it wasn't just me, or else I would have been in a bit of trouble, but greatly appreciated. Birthdays, of course, he remembers everyone's birthdays. I'm sure you've all encountered that. And you're just like, man, this guy is absolutely incredible, and it shows how much he cares for his friends. And barring